So this year I was part of the Bafta Game Awards for animation specific. And this is the third time that I'm actually part of this jury, which I'm incredibly humble about. And it's an amazing experience. And I never talked about it in this channel, and it's because it's very secret, and it's also before the awards happen, you have to be very secretive about it. However, I want to raise awareness about the Bafta Awards in this video because it's a company, it's an event, it's membership that is really important to me. I think it's really important to a lot of people, and I think the work they do is absolutely the best. And I genuinely think they actually host the best game awards on the planet, and a lot of people don't know about them, not only about the Bafta Awards in general, but about the Bafta Game Awards specifically. And I do think that year upon year they get better, and they are, to me, the most genuine awards in the industry right now. And I'm going to explain why am I so passionate, and also why perhaps you, especially if you're experienced in the games industry, you might be wanting to join Bafta, and there's no better time to do it right now. So without further ado, let's do it. Cool, so welcome to another video. Welcome to another week. Happy to be here with you guys once again. For those that are new to my channel, first time seeing you, well, welcome. Thanks very much for being here. My name is Harvey Newman, and I've been in the games industry for a very long time, making a whole bunch of games, and I like to share the passion for games, animation, game making, here in the studio with all of you. And in this video specifically, I would like to talk about Bafta, and the reason why is because I've joined Bafta quite a few years ago. I must have been 6-7 years ago, maybe more. And I have seen the Bafta Game Awards develop into something really special. And then I also seen animation coming to the fore as of the last 3-4 years, and also develop into something very beautiful. And I'm going to explain first what Bafta is for all those that don't know in the best way possible. So Bafta are very much the equivalent to what the Oscars are in the US. However, the difference between Bafta and the Oscars is that Bafta are open to talent from all over the world. And currently I think they have over 11,000 members around the world being part of the Bafta Awards. And this is part of what makes Bafta special, because it's genuinely a gathering of the greatest minds, creative minds around the world. So they do awards for film, they do awards for TV, and they do awards for games. And games is relatively new in comparison to TV and film, which makes sense. But they have, as of late, been gathering more and more talent. And it started with the UK specific, because it's a UK hosted event, hence why British awards, Bafta. But now they're actually opening the doors for international talent, which is absolutely amazing, because to me it's very important that we have as many voices as possible looking at a specific thing, games in our case, and actually judging the thing or the industry in the most diverse light possible, because only then can you truly realistically have a view on what makes a really good game versus a really bad game. Is much more non-biased as well, because people are not closed in to a specific frontier, to a specific border, so only people from a specific country or a specific region or whatever can actually judge this. It means that people worldwide can actually now judge what a good game award for animation is, what a good award for visual development is, what level design is, and to me it's very, very, very cool. So my journey with Bafta is like this. When I was in Lionhead working on a Fable game called Fable Legends, I discovered that they opened the applications for games developers, and their applications is fairly simple, and I believe it hasn't changed very much. And the only thing you have to do is have a few titles under your name and have a couple of people that are already members of Bafta to basically vouch for you, to basically say this guy is actually as good as he says he is, has worked on these titles, and I vouch for him to be a Bafta member. And as soon as you do that, you send your application in, and then when you send that your application in, you actually get a yes or no if you can be a member or not. Now, I was blessed enough to actually be able to get that membership in, and I really didn't know in the beginning what I was getting myself into. I thought it was going to be like, a cool members club for creatives around the world. However, it's way more than that. So when you actually become a Bafta member, you actually get not only a card that gives you, a bunch of discounts on different things, but also you get access to their own building. They have a beautiful building in Piccadilly in London that you can visit at any point if you have the Bafta member card. It means that you can have exclusive screenings, exclusive talks, you can meet a bunch of people. I've been there a few times, and you can see lots of famous people sometimes there as well, which is really cool. And it makes you feel special. That's the most important thing. It makes you feel it's a little bit of a validation for you as a professional in this industry that you achieved a certain level, you made some things happen, and now you have a card to say that you actually made these things happen. It shouldn't really matter, but those things really make a difference, right? This validation. So, fast forward a few more years, one of the things that I really didn't like about Bafta is that they never had an animation award for games. They had lots of different game awards. So, level design is one of them, direction, audio, but they never had animation specific. And it was one of the things that I really wanted, and I remember speaking with my peers about it. And eventually, about 3 years ago, they actually finally got the very first, I think it was 3 or 4 years, the very first animation award, BAFTA Animation Award for games, which I was delighted, right? So just with the notification that BAFTA now has an animation award, I was like, yes, amazing. Now, I wasn't aware of this, but, through friends and stuff like that, I actually got a nudge. And once again, I won't go into it because it's very secretive how it happens. If it happens to you, it needs to happen naturally. But I got a nudge that if you actually wanted to judge on the very first animation, BAFTA Animation Award, which I was like, yeah, absolutely. So I was part of that panel that actually hosted a bunch of different amazing people that I was like, wow, I can't believe that I'm here speaking with these people. And I feel like everybody else felt the same way. So like there's about, I want to say 7 to 8 people, and then these people are basically, you are talking about games and nerding out about animation specific in games and talking about the pros and cons, right? What was good, what was bad, how this game works and stuff. And for those 2-3 hours that actually the whole paneling is happening, it feels absolutely amazing. And this is why I feel incredibly blessed to have gone through it 2 or 3 times now, because like that's normally one of my highlights of the year. Whenever I can do it, I absolutely can if I get invited, because speaking about animation with peers that know a lot about animation, that have done things bigger than you, nothing feels better. People that you look up to, people that you actually admire, that you now are actually kind of like going back and forth about what's good, what's bad, what things that you like, with things that you didn't you not like. And then to know that all of that actually equates to somebody's work in any studio or any game, a specific game, I should say, actually gets awarded, right, with this amazing award that is incredibly prestigious, which is a BAFTA award. I would say it's like, second best to maybe the Oscars, which only do film. I think is absolutely amazing, right? To have this little statue, once again, validation, little statue that tells you are worth it, and the hard work that you've done, which is normally a lot, blood, sweat, and tears, is now validated with this award that basically says your animation work was so highly regarded that you now have this thing. So this is why it means a lot to me. Also, BAFTAs are actually a charity, which means that all the money goes to the right people, and also they have a lot of events and programs that actually help people in need. So for example, this year they actually kind of like give an award to a company that actually helps gamers that are disabled or have difficulties in some ways. And to me, like starting the show that way with that award was incredibly special to me, and it means that their heart is in the right place. And then the reason why I think the BAFTA Awards are the best game awards out there is because they focus on games. So you might have seen the Game Awards of last year. Fingers crossed this year is better, but last year felt very much that it was not so much about the game developers, it was more about the games and the publicity and the marketing of games more than the people making those games, which feels kind of wrong to me, right? Maybe it's because I'm a developer, but I think I echo with a lot of people are saying, where the Game Awards, even though they've been doing a brilliant job, last year was kind of like they kind of slipped quite a bit. While BAFTA, they keep it simple in a very British way. And it's all about the developers, all about the people behind the scenes making the work. And it's because BAFTA is an organization that it's all about like nurturing the talent and making sure that the talent gets the kudos and the awards they deserve, so it can foster more talent. And they have awards for younger and upcoming talent, so there's always a recycling of talent as you actually are building, especially here in the UK, building the next set of like young filmmakers, game makers, etc., right? So it's a great vehicle for you to have something to achieve or something to kind of like aim towards. And to me, at least, it feels incredibly powerful, right? I definitely, I mean, I don't know, I'm not too sure if that is ever going to happen, but I would love one day to be able to be awarded a BAFTA, because to me it's the most prestigious award that you can get anywhere pretty much in the world, which to me feels like, you know, is something that I should aim towards. And even if I never get it, at least I know where to go towards, and is a very, it feels to me like it's a very genuine place. Because if you do get awarded, now that I know how things, you know, work in the juries and stuff, everything is incredibly honest, transparent, and 100% human. And that to me, that's what makes the BAFTA Awards the best awards, right? Games specifically for me, but also for TV and film, because they work the same way for every single industry. Now, I highly recommend for you to apply to BAFTA if you can, if you have the experience. I think that is something that a lot of people are not aware, especially people experienced in the industry, that they can actually apply for it. So this year was very special to me on the judging panel, because for the very first time it was actually judges from like, you know, different parts of the world. It was not just the UK judges, it was actually different judges around the world. So for me, like I have here a post on Twitter that a few of us actually shared and reshared and stuff, but the animation panel for this year had Jim Jagger, which is the head of animation at Rockstar, as a chair, and also had Bruno Velasquez, which is from the God of War fame. He recently actually was a game director for the latest God of War DLC, so once again, absolutely amazing. Gavin Strange, that works at Hardman, he's actually a director at Air Harmon, which is once again absolutely amazing. Then it was myself, Holly Newsham. So Holly is one of the most brilliant upcoming young animators that I know. She's going to publish a book very soon, which is great. Definitely look out for that. Mike Jungbluth. So he actually published a book recently about animation directing. Go and check it out if you haven't so far. I'll try to leave links down below. We have Nathan Zufeld. We have Richard Oud, which is the animation director for Guerrilla Games. Once again, another guy that I really admire. Is an amazing guy. Sean Kelly, which is once again one of the guys that I admire the most in this industry, because he started Animation Mentor. He started the whole mentorship thing that exists right now in the industry. He knows so much. He's a supervisor in ILM, I believe, right now, and he's been in ILM for many years. Amazing roster of work. Love Sean, and he's one of the most humble people that I know. And then Vanessa Spears, that works with Jim at Rockstar. She's also a very experienced person working at Rockstar right now. So that is basically the list of people that actually we had on the judge. So there was about 6, 9, 10 people judging the animation panel, and it was beautiful. It was really cool to actually speak with all of them, people that you admire, people that you actually really respect at a very high level. And you know, in the end, you don't know. We even the judges don't know who is going to win. We just can put our best foot forward and say we love these things, and then let them decide. So that is basically how BAFTA works, and this is why BAFTA is so special, right? So all this to say that you should absolutely try and apply for BAFTA if you haven't so far. Join the club, because it comes with a lot of benefits. And the more involved you get, the more you get out of it, right? So I haven't been the chair of anything so far. I'll hope to be one day, but the idea that actually you can actually go and do better things as you become more involved with the whole BAFTA movement, the awards, how can you help others? There's mentorships that they actually host, that BAFTA puts you in touch with an upcoming talent, maybe a junior animator, maybe a student out of a university, and then he can have you as his mentor, and you can actually share some of the knowledge that you have with him to hopefully fast forward his career a little bit forward and make sure that he actually goes and does amazing things. And they pick these people based on their talent, based on their potential, and it's a beautiful thing. So everything that BAFTA does is always to empower creatives, and that is 100% my speed, because this is why I do this channel. So that is my spiel on BAFTA. I hope you guys go check it out. Check their website if you haven't so far. This video is not sponsored. This is just me genuinely saying to you guys that I love what they are doing, and it really resonates with me and is aligned with my beliefs and my principles. So I think that they need as much support as possible. Anyways, that's all I had for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're with me still and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Drop a comment down below. Let me know if you are a Bafta member, or you like to be. What do you think about BAFTAs? Always great to know your thoughts. And until the next video, stay well, stay safe. Peace.